K usually takes the position that there is a huge technological progress in the world. There is a huge technological progress, but he says very clearly, no psychological progress. No psychological progress. So, and he does not talk about other aspects like political progress or social progress or economic progress. Or of course, maximum he may say there is an economic progress in terms of consumption, but he doesn't talk about this progress at all. I would say there is a kind of denial of overall progress of man. Overall progress of man. I can say there is a denial. Why is there a denial of something which most people consider obvious, which is progress? Because progress happened through wars, conflict, ideologies, nations. So, through this progress happened, but Krishnamurti is denying the role of all this, all divisions, all the role of self-centered activities. So, when he is denying all of them, he is denying denying the outcome of this process, which is the progress itself. So, one of the aspects of his philosophy is, I would say, is denial of overall progress of man, but usually saying that there is no psychological evolution. Let us look at a conversation like that. So, in questioning of Krishnamurti, this is the conversation between David Bohm and Krishnamurti. David Bohm says, for one thing, people may feel proud of the achievements of man in science, art, culture and technology. David Bohm is saying progress in culture, science and technology. But Krishnamurti, we have achievements in all those directions. Certainly, we have vast technology, communication, travel, medicines and surgery. He is referring to more or less technology. David Bohm, it is really remarkable in many ways. Krishnamurti, there is no question about that, but what have we achieved psychologically? David Bohm, you are saying that none of these achievements has affected us psychologically? Krishnamurti, yes, that is right. So, in fact, I would say, though this is about criticism of psychological progress or psychological evolution, Krishnamurti in general denies if any important progress is made at all. And here I have a interesting personal experience. Of course, which is a very unique, one of the unique events in my life. Krishnamurti had a discussion with IITians when I was in BTech in Madras. And I had the privilege of being a part of this discussion. The discussion room was like this, and I remember so well. Krishnamurti is here, and I was somewhere here, me. He was discussing certain things. I don't remember the overall discussion, but I remember my conversation with him. I asked him, sir, you don't, isn't there a progress? Isn't there a progress? For example, India during British times was something, and India now is something else. Isn't there a progress? And Krishnamurti flatly denied it. He said, what is the progress? Maybe, of course, rulers changed, something like that. So, for years this question bothered me. For years I thought, what is the progress that Krishnamurti had in mind to deny this progress of post-independence? What was the progress he was referring to? So, this question bothered me for many years. But now I am in a position to assert that in this case, Krishnamurti's approach itself is flawed. The denial of progress is part of his overall approach, where divisions are condemned, ideology is condemned, nations are condemned, self-interest is condemned. And so, after condemning all of them, he cannot say there is a progress. So, I would say denial of progress is part of his overall scheme, which itself is flawed. So Krishnamurti denied British India and modern India progress, and in the same way Krishnamurti would deny modern India versus European Union also. I believe European Union is much better compared to modern India. But if Krishnamurti denied progress between British India and modern India, he would deny progress between that UU and modern India. So I would say this is a wrong approach. For example, take something like this. Say British India versus modern India. Health improved, life expectancy improved. Krishnamurti might say, okay, this is all medicine related, but how about economic well-being? Things like famines and goods and services, there is an improvement. And how about democracy? There is an improvement. Position of women, there is an improvement. Position of lower caste, there is an improvement. So it means there is a change and progress in terms of political institutions, in terms of social institutions, in terms of economic institutions, in terms of democracy, in terms of freedom. So how can Krishnamurti deny all this progress? And if there is a progress in social, economic and political institutions, can't we say that there is a psychological progress? Can't we say this? Because after all, man's mind is part of social institutions. Isn't man better off? Isn't man better off is a man better off in European Union compared to sub-Saharan Africa? For example, in terms of conflict, in terms of warfare, in terms of law and order, in terms of justice to the weak. Isn't European Union better than India or modern India better than British India or European Union better than, say, sub-Saharan Africa? So, if these are not glaring cases of progress, what is the progress? What is that so-called psychological progress that Krishnamurti was referring to? I feel the fact that there can be a much better world, there can be a much better world cannot be a reason for denial of progress. And when we accept progress, if progress is accepted, then we should accept the processes that made progress possible. That includes World War I, that includes World War II, that includes ideology, all these things. So, denial of progress in general is part of overall Krishnamurti's ideal society. So, I reject that approach.